Games new to me. Please like and subscribe.
Hey guys, Rob here for Games New to Me. Welcome back, and today we are talking about Star Wars The Last Jedi. Yes, I've seen it. Yes, I like it. And yes, I see that some people are divided on the movie. And I'm going to actually make a series of videos going over things and debunking some things and talking about what could have happened, what should have happened, and eventually I'll just do a review of the film. But let's get started. And by the way, this is heavy spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie, don't watch this video, because I'm gonna ruin it for you. If you've seen the movie and you're interested how this is possible, what I'm about to talk about, and whether or not it's possible, because some people said, hey, this part took me completely out of the film and ruined it for me. Well, the first thing I want to tackle, and this is where the spoilers start, the first thing I want to tackle is Princess Leia getting blown out of the ship with the explosion, her eyes opening while floating in space, and then her using the Force, whatever small amount of Force capability that she has, to pull herself back towards the airlock. Now, for me, the huge thing about that scene was, oh my god, this is the first time ever we're seeing Leia use the Force. We always were told that she's Force sensitive, that this, that. After all, Luke is her brother. Vader is her father, so come on, she's gotta have some Force abilities, and we've never seen it in any of the films. But in this one, we did. In The Last Jedi, Princess Leia, as I said, gets blown out of... There's an explosion. Basically, a ship fires on the location of her ship where she is, on the bridge. The bridge explodes, sucking everybody out into space, including her. And the camera kind of pans in, and she kind of floats towards the camera, and you notice... the debris floats towards the camera, and you notice, wait a second... That's Princess Leia right there with her eyes closed, and you see a little bit of ice crystallizing on her skin. She opens her eyes suddenly, and she motions with her hand towards the airlock, and kind of slowly, slowly is a relative term, very slowly starts moving towards the airlock. And people are pissed off. Wait a second, shouldn't she have exploded? How come she survived in outer space? You can't survive in outer space. That's impossible. Her blood would have boiled. Her insides would have exploded. She would have turned into solid ice instantly. No, none of that is true. In fact, and you can look this up, Neil deGrasse Tyson talks about this to some extent all over on various YouTube videos that I don't want to steal from, so I'll leave it to you to look it up. But according to Neil deGrasse Tyson and many scientists, no, you can survive for a few seconds in outer space, and your blood will not boil, you will not explode. Yes, space is incredibly cold, but why do you not instantly freeze when it's minus 200 something degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit? At that point, it doesn't even matter. Why do you not suddenly freeze? The answer is kind of simple and kind of complex. The reason you don't suddenly freeze is because, unlike on Earth, there is no air in space. On Earth, when it's wintertime and you're outside naked, let's say, the gas, the air itself, the oxygen, everything that we breathe, basically everything that wind is made of, that is sucking heat away from your body. In space, that doesn't exist. So while yes, it is incredibly cold in space, it can also be incredibly hot in space. But with her, it was incredibly cold in space. She didn't freeze up because there was nothing. It's basically the same way how a thermos works. You can put a hot beverage in a thermos, close it up, and because it has that vacuum seal between the inner casing and the outer casing, you can keep that, let's say, coffee hot for hours and hours and hours. You can go on a road trip, 6 hours later, open it up, pour yourself a hot cup of coffee. Why? because there was no air, nothing working on that liquid. So while, yeah, the outside temperature in your car might have been, I don't know, let's say 70 degrees, and let's say that the coffee is 120 degrees, and when you pour it, it's still around 110, that's because there's a vacuum between the inner lining and the outer lining of the thermos. Therefore, the coffee didn't cool off as quickly as it normally would. That's why thermoses are such amazing things. Same principle here. Imagine space being a thermos. Yes, it's incredibly cold, but there's nothing acting upon her. Now, what do scientists say? Let's see, what do scientists say? So, according to just a quick search, at most an astronaut without a suit would last about 15 seconds before losing consciousness from lack of oxygen. Not freezing, not exploding, but from lack of oxygen. That's how long it would take the body to use up the oxygen left in the blood. So here's the chain of events. Leia gets blown out of the ship. Leia regains consciousness almost immediately while floating in space. The explosion knocked all the wind out of her lungs, so that's not a problem. Her lungs are not going to rupture. She motions with her hand towards the airlock. She uses the force to start moving, and once you're in space and start moving, you're going to keep moving, whether you're conscious or not. Let's say she loses consciousness. She's still floating towards the direction of the airlock because there's nothing acting upon her, slowing her down. There's no air, no resistance. They open the airlock, grab her, and get her medical attention. And there you have Leia surviving in space. You can look up countless different people online, scientists. Neil deGrasse Tyson comes instantly to mind, but there are countless other physicists, scientists, you name it, who will tell you the exact same thing. I am not a scientist, but I definitely read up on science. So to me, that was the least shocking part. That was the most believable part in that whole scene. Personally, I think the explosion should have killed her. So yeah, there you have it. Leia floats in space. Leia uses the Force. Leia makes it conscious or unconscious to the airlock. They take her in and get her medical attention. And countless studies in the 50s with animals show the exact same thing because they tried it with dogs, monkeys, etc. in vacuum chambers. And yeah, as long as you get medical attention to the subject, there's going to be very little lasting effects. So yeah, I have no problem with Leia floating in space, and honestly, neither should you, because that's the most believable part. The Force, now that's a construct of fiction. Anyway, hope this video helped. I hope I didn't spoil it for you, because I warned you. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. If you like this video, if it helped you, please give it a big thumbs up. I'll try and put some links in the description below leading to some articles about surviving in space without a spacesuit. And until the next Jedi video, thanks for watching. To my subscribers, I love you guys. If you're new to this channel, just happened upon me or this video, won't you please consider hitting that candy-like subscribe button and give me a chance to win you over full time? You'll not only be helping to grow a fantastic community, you'll not only have my gratitude, but most importantly, you'll always be notified whenever a new video goes up on the channel. This is Rob for Games New to Me saying, Leia could survive in space. Until next time, guys, be good to each other, and I'll catch you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.